I'm covering the main event of ufcBaku and the co-main event of ufcBaku, and I'm going to show you exactly why, clip by clip, of why the underdogs, Fiziev and Hill, are going to secure the win this week. So let's start with the first fight first. Khalil Rountree versus Jamahl Hill. Rountree is a short guy and he doesn't fight like a short guy should. Short fighters need to stay on the inside, pressure the opponent, keep them up against the cage, utilize wrestling. Rountree is a straight Muay Thai fighter. His number one punch is a jab, 1-2, and just a straight backhand down the middle. 80% of his punching volume comes from those two combinations. And the issue being that Rountree is a short guy, should be backing his opponent up. Rountree is happy to stay at range. So if you look at these few screenshots we got, we can see Anthony Smith is able to walk down Rountree. And all he does to come off the cage is he will throw a 1-2 or he'll just throw a straight right. As a short guy, you have to pressure. If you look at this clip right here, he hits Anthony Smith, he backs up, and he just lets Anthony Smith walk him straight back down. Jamahl Hill is going to pick him apart. The only avenue where Roundtree can have success is Jamahl Hill really likes the lead hook because they're both southpaw fighters, and they're going to be fighting at opposite sides of each other. The lead hook will be there for Jamahl. Jamahl Hill was actually knocked down by Prochazka with a lead hook. He went for the lead hook and Prochazka came across with a straight right and caught Jamahl Hill and dropped him. The only way in which Roundtree can knock out Jamahl Hill is through that combination right there. Hill is going to make the fight there. He's a pocket boxer. Roundtree doesn't really throw more than 3 punch combinations, and Roundtree has struggled in pocket exchanges. He wants to, even though he's a short guy, he wants to just give you a 1-2, a 1-2 kick, and he just kind of wants to point his way throughout the whole fight. If you look at the fight against Alex in this situation right here, even though he hurt Alex right here, he caught him. Sorry, on this situation, he missed the punch, and then he backed Alex up, and then look, he's in the middle of the cage. Rather than continue to pressure as a shorter guy, he just lets Alex walk him straight down again. Here, right here, he drops Alex. Rather than jumping on Alex, look, he's got him up against the cage. He just lets Alex circle away and eventually closes back down the distance. Hill, on the other hand, again, like I said, he can get caught with the straight right coming over. That's probably 50% of Roundtree's punches come from that straight backhand. He can get caught. If you look at this clip right here, this is exactly how Prochazka caught him in that same way, where he's looking for the lead hook. Prochazka just came in with a straight and just dropped him. Hill's gonna turn a fight. Hill will turn it dirty. He'll clinch. He'll knee. He'll uppercut from the clinch. Roundtree doesn't really want none of that. Roundtree just kind of wants to just try to keep it clean, and it's just not gonna work for him because you just can't keep it clean as a shorter guy against a taller guy, and you can't keep it clean when you just have like 3 punches in your bag. In the clinches, like Roundtree, he doesn't really move his head. He just kind of just stays still. He's basically a Muay Thai fighter just in the cage. And then when you look at the Hill fight against Prochazka, where Prochazka, this was like a two. Prochazka ended up winning by KO, but Jamahl Hill won the second round. It was 1-1 going into the third. But when you look at the fight, the most success that Prochazka had was in the pocket exchanges. He would throw, slip, throw, slip, throw, or throw, slip, throw, and then he would catch Hill in the exchanges. In those exchanges, Roundtree isn't going to be involved in those. He's going to try to back off. He's going to try to get away, and Hill's just going to be able to just keep clipping him. And I don't think he can knock out Hill. I just think most likely Hill's just going to just win the rounds. He's probably going to be like a 4-1 or 3-2 decision win. And then yeah, the other thing is that Hill, he also struggles with because Prochazka is so like unorthodox, like his timing, his rhythm. He'll just kind of throw random things. If you go back and you watch the Hill versus Prochazka fight, you'll see that the most times that Hill struggled was when he was with Prochazka's rhythm, and he would feint forward, go slow, go quick. Roundtree doesn't have any rhythm. Roundtree keeps the same rhythm throughout the whole fight, and so where Prochazka had the most success is what Roundtree offers none of. So that's why I just see, again, like I said, Hill's probably just gonna go and win this 3-2, 4-1 on a decision most likely, and Roundtree's just gonna let him back him up, back him up. He's gonna be fighting against the cage most of the time. There's cardio questions there as well. Hill, we know he's a 5-round fighter. He's been in 5 round fights. Rountree hasn't. If you look at the third round against Pereira, he was weaning at the end of that. Maybe it's because of the damage. Maybe because Pereira hit him so many times he ended up getting hurt, and Pereira was hitting him to the body too. Maybe that wore him down. But when it goes to those fourth and fifth rounds, Hill's experience, Hill's cardio is probably gonna again give him the edge, and he's just gonna let him walk him down. So I got Hill for that one. Going on to the Bahamondes fight versus Fiziev. Again, Fiziev here is an underdog, and it's a shorter guy versus a taller guy. Bahamondes is a tall guy. He's 6'2". I think he's one of the tallest fighters in the division. The thing is, he's a tall guy. He doesn't fight like a tall guy. When you think of a tall guy fighting a short guy, let's say you think of like an O'Malley versus a Merab. O'Malley, he wants to keep that front hand low. He wants to snap that jab, keep working the jab, keep the teeps going, kind of like a Strickland does. He just flicks the jab out, and that's the style you have to have against a taller guy than a short guy. Short guy's gonna have the advantage on the inside. Problem is, Bahamondes is extremely, extremely slow. He reminds me of a Diego Lopez. Really, really slow punches, and as a fast guy versus a short guy, it will go like the fight's gonna go like Lopez versus Volkanovski did. Volkanovski was just snapping the jab out, snapping the jab out. Uh, Lopez was trying to time a counter shot. He just wouldn't do it because he's just not quick enough. And it's the same thing. If you go back, you watch the fights, Bahamondes, and you can see he blitzes. Sorry, if you watch the fight against Giagos, you can see that Giagos had some success, even though Bahamondes won this fight in the first round. He he There was a few exchanges where Giagos blitzed him, and he was catching him a few times. And when you think of Fiziev's strengths, that's what it is. He's gonna blitz in, he's gonna throw the boxing combinations in the pocket, he's gonna throw the uppercut, he's gonna throw the body shot, he's gonna throw the overhand right. And if you look at this clip right here, you can see Bahamondes, he's a guy who could be he backs up in a straight line. He's not gonna sit in the pockets like Gaethje did with Fiziev, and he's gonna throw back against him, which is one of Fiziev's strengths. He's just gonna back up. He's gonna try maybe throw a jab, a counter, and you see Gagos was touching him up. Even if you look at Bahamondes' other fight, he was struggling with the blitz. Shorter guys can go up against him. He's gonna back up in a straight line. He's not gonna circle off. He's not got the distance management. He's not got the jab and the footwork to keep someone like Fiziev on the cage. Even though Fiziev is a short guy, as a short guy should be pressuring more, but Fiziev isn't really gonna pressure him. Fiziev is gonna let him come onto him, and he's gonna exchange with him. And you can see even in this fight against Torres, again he won this fight in the first round, but there was instances where the same things that Fiziev would do against Bahamondes, Torres was having success. And if you were to judge this fight up until the knockout where he got hurt by a head kick, Torres was winning this fight, and it's going to be a similar style of what Fiziev is going to do. He's going to work the pocket exchanges, and he's just going to keep winning exchanges. He's going to keep winning on damage. Fiziev as well. When you think of Fiziev, Bahamondes is unproven. He's fought on two guys who are unranked in the UFC. Fiziev fought a Hall of Famer twice, and the last fight against Gaethje was a short notice fight after a 2-year layoff. The fight before that was a 2-1 decision loss. Fiziev is a proven guy, and he's proven himself against someone who's a Hall of Fame in the UFC. And in my experience, whenever you have someone who's proven themselves and someone who's unproven themselves, you always have to take the guy who's proven themselves. Fiziev's game, we haven't seen this guy in 2 years. It was only a 3-round fight against Gaethje, and what he did was he mixed in the takedowns. If you want to be a successful MMA fighter, you want to mix in MMA. A lot of these guys come into MMA fights and they just want to do kickboxing. They just want to do striking, like Islam Makhachev said to Dustin Poirier, where Poirier said to him, "Come box with me," and Makhachev just said, "This is MMA. This is not boxing." Fiziev mixed in 2 takedowns into the first round. If he's smart, he'll continue to mix these in, test Bahamondes is grappling. He's a taller guy. He will have the leverage in the takedowns in the wrestling game. The blitzes are going to be a big success. He'll work the body. You can see against Gaethje, he'll work the body, get Bahamondes flinching low. He likes the overhand, pocket exchanges. He's got the head movement. He's got the combinations. Bahamondes doesn't really want to contribute into that. And then the only issue I could see here is a 3-round fight, but we have seen Fiziev wear out in the 3rd round. Maybe it's because he was in such a hard fight with someone like Gage, who's gonna push the pace on him. But Bahamondes isn't gonna push that pace. Maybe the third round cardio could be an issue, but the speed difference between Bahamondes and Fiziev is night and day. Fiziev is probably the fastest puncher in 155. Bahamondes might be one of the slowest punchers in 155. He's gonna blitz him. He's gonna throw there. He's gonna make it there. He's gonna clinch. He's gonna punch the body. He's gonna knee the body. He's gonna combo off the body into the head. Bahamondes is gonna try to just back out square. He's not gonna roll out. He's gonna try to control the distance with a slow jab, and I just think Fiziev is just really gonna hurt him, and he's probably gonna win this one 3-0 if I had to say anything. So that's my summary of ufcBaku, Rountree versus Hill, Bahamondes versus Fiziev. I got both the underdogs. Lock in your picks now.